Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show where I'll be doing technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get all my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, long term, short term trades, and all kinds of help you need to become a better trader, definitely check out that link down in the description for Patreon, and there's a lot of opportunities that are coming. So this is the right time to join Patreon. Now, what is happening in the market? Well, Moody's downgrade here on U.S. credit rating did not really work that much because market was down, especially Nasdaq was down. I think one almost 1.40%. But look at right here, only down not even half a percent on weekend. You can see it right here. Then if you look at it, well, Scott Bessent calls Moody's downgrade a lagging indicator. So I mean, and then Trump, of course, going in on Truth social media and bashing, Moody's downgrade, calling him, a Democrat that don't like Trump and all that. I mean, it's just insane. But what the market did last week, well, you can see on Friday that was up 0.78%, Nasdaq going up half a percent, S&P was up 0.70%, and Russell going up 0.83%. 11 sectors, and especially on top, it was a risk off move. We got healthcare, utilities, consumer defensive, and real estate leading the way on top. And we got technology and energy all the way here on bottom, even financial and communication services, even though they were green on the day. Stock market map. Well, this week we saw a massive rally on Nvidia. It's really close to all-time highs, and again it was up Friday 0.42%. Microsoft flat, Apple flat, Amazon flat, Google was up 1.23%. Meta also only down half a percent, but you can see healthcare lighting up in the green, and Tesla was up just over 2%. And now let's talk about the market and the big names, and let's see what they did Friday. So Nvidia stock was up 0.42% on Friday. And one thing I want to point out, you can see 2 days in a row, we got up to 136 plus, slightly over that, but rejection again on Friday, came back in and trading at 135-ish. So going into tomorrow's session, if Nvidia pulls back, watch out. There is going to be strong support at 130, and maybe you get to see some sort of a pullback all the way down to daily 200 SMA, which is sitting near 126, which is also a strong level of support. So you got confluence with the 200-day moving average and the support itself. 126, that's going to be key line in the sand if we get a deeper pullback down here. But if that don't hold, this is going to be just a pop back up to the upside, look above and fail, and you're going to see, some of these gaps getting filled down here below 126. Now, Nvidia breaks and gets over 136, then game on for a move up to 144 and possibly even a retest of previous all-time highs very soon. On Apple stock, it's actually flat on Friday, but just after closing, when the downgrade came in after the bell, market went down, and you can see Apple trading now right here near 207, which is a strong area of support, and we got confluence with this rising 20-day and the 13-day moving average right here, just below that at 206. So there is going to be strong support here, depending on how things open tomorrow. And I wish we get a dip down here at 200. That would be fantastic. But here, right at this place around 206 to 207, bulls need to step up and buy this dip. Otherwise, you're going to see a dump off down to 200 to close this gap from last week, Monday. Now, to the upside, if this thing opens flat or over 211, then watch out for continuation, possibly up to 214. And then even this gap comes into play right here at 221 on Apple. On AMD, it's up 1.90%. So AMD getting up to 118 on Friday and getting that rejection, came back in and now trading at 117. And right after the bell, now trading at 114, closer to the gap, 113. So depending on where things open tomorrow on AMD, If this thing gets down to 113, that could be a support to watch. Gap fill reversal right here, and you can play it back up to the upside as long as the support holds. If not, maybe it will undercut this gap support, and it comes down to 110 here. That's going to be even a better opportunity to possibly play it back up to the upside. I would not go and short AMD. It's a nice, lot of consolidation. It's been in a downtrend for a long time, and now it's going up. So it's better to find long setups than go and short AMD. Now AMD gets over 118, then it's heading up to 122, and there is a gap right up here close to 127. So keep an eye on this. I think it might be going there very soon, as long as AMD can hold over 110 on any pullbacks. So Netflix was up Friday 1.15%, but we took a play. I think it was at 11.95. We took puts here on Netflix, and it was 0 DT, guys. And there was a $10+ drop on Netflix, and we collected 200% on that trade. So all these trade ideas, I mean, this is a risky trade, but there are a bunch of other, better setups on my Patreon. And if you want to go ahead and, check it out, definitely, go ahead and check that link out in the description. Now, Netflix, you can see finding resistance at 1200. We got close to it and then pulling back, and now it's down to 1180. So, critical level to watch if this thing pulls back: 1163, 1146, 1120, and then 1065. Now, if this thing gets over 1200, the next stop, $1,217 on Netflix. On Meta, it's down just over 0.5%, and this was another play that we took 0 DT on Friday. Meta calls, and this thing also paid, I think, about 45-50%. Not bad at all. And then, I mean, if you got in later on at 626 or maybe even at 630, you even got better payment, because that was a huge move all the way back over 638. Because in the morning I only caught like $5 to the upside, but later on, I mean, look at this. It was a $14 move back up to the upside. But I'm not saying you're gonna catch exactly $14. Let's say you get it at 630. You can ride this up back up to 638 to 640 where it's trading, and 0 DTs, they pay really good. That's why they're risky, right? If they go and you're in the right setup and they go your way, you're going to make money on that trade, and it was really good. Now you can see it came back up and holding 638. So going into tomorrow's session, 638 can hold. The next stop right up here, 647, 664, 682. Below 638, watch out for the support down here, 614, and the gap fill reversal down here at 606.97. On Amazon stock, it was slightly up on the day Friday, but right after the bell, it's down nearly 2%, and looks like it's going to come down here at 200. So that's going to be key level to watch going into tomorrow's session. Below that, we have this massive gap right here at 194.69, which can act as a strong support. And you can see this is the 90-day pause rally candle. So if this thing pulls in right here, that could be a nice juicy setup to possibly open longs here, as long as the support holds. Now, to the upside, if this thing gets over 208, it's going up to this gap, 208.85, and over that, 212, and then 216. On Microsoft, it's up 0.25%, so a lot of consolidation, and you can see 447. Again, it came down, not quite exactly down to 447, but it was there, and it's holding so far. And if you look at my screen, it's holding the 5-day moving average as well, which is trading at almost 452. So 452, 447, these are going to be the key zones of support to watch going into tomorrow's session. Underneath that level, we might see a flush down to 438 and then 434. If this thing breaks and holds 455, then it's definitely heading higher back up to previous all-time highs once again. On Tesla stock, it's up 2%, so Tesla rallied all the way up to 350, and you can see, I mean, it can go much higher. It just was trading close to the Bollinger Band, so it actually pulled back just a tiny bit, nothing big, and not even touching the 5-day moving average, which is down here at 339-ish. So tomorrow morning, looks like it might open here at the 5-day moving average, 339. If that holds, it's a good spot. If not, the next support down here at 330, and then we have this massive gap down here at 307. Now, there are some calls that came in last week for 370, and you can see, I mean, these people already made money. So who knows, if this thing can push even higher up to 362, as long as Tesla is above this 5-day moving average, and you can see on my screen it's pretty much sitting close to 339, and it'll be moving up even more tomorrow. As long as Tesla is sitting over that, it's heading back up to 362 and then possibly even 375 to 400. There are some gaps on top, and at some point you're going to see this, Tesla rally just finding its way to close some of those gaps to the upside. There is one just over 400, and that's going to be huge if this stock gets up and starts going another $50 from where it's trading right now. On Google stock, it's up 1.23%. So Google was up on Friday nicely over 170. You can see, and there was the rejection that came in, guys, and this thing came back. And I kind of was kicking myself not taking any zero DT puts on it because this would have been fire. Because if this thing, you showed it right at the resistance here at 170, and you got like 165 puts, and these were like Friday expiration. Just check out the option chain. It's fantastic how much these options went up, but I was not in it, missed it, and now this thing came back and I pretty much gave away all the gains and just holding over up over 1.23%. So here on Google, definitely that 167ish, you can see it right here, that was the top of that candle. So there is going to be some support around there, but looks like it's below that level. So this is going to be the key zone to watch tomorrow right here, guys. 164 and 162. Underneath that, you're going to see a flush possibly down here to close this gap just above 155. Now, if this thing gets over 170, that's going to be interesting because you're going to see a move all the way up to 176, and then this gap comes into play just over 180 on Google. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts about Moody's downgrade. What do you guys expect out of tomorrow opening? Or even if we open flat, what do you guys think is going to happen? Because yes, that is true. Last two times we got downgrades, market pullback 5 to 10%, and market is also overbought. So, are we actually going to get that? Or, this is just nothing burger and market will just rally back up to the upside and possibly will hit all-time highs very soon once again. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated tomorrow night.